as a child knocked down for the last round. Gotta stand ground with my head down, and I'm angry, changing, maybe going crazy, cause the walls are caving. Somebody please save me. Hating every line of this song, but I put it in a form that will reach you, God. Make me see through.
I experienced many challenges growing up, and those challenges have definitely influenced the way I perceive the world, the way I communicate through my music. And just to delve a little bit into some of those challenges, I'll start by saying I grew up as one of 9 children to a single mom. And although I was the middle child, number 5, I very much felt like the oldest child because some of the children were out of the house by the time I was a little bit older. And I had the responsibilities of taking care of my siblings. In addition, I didn't grow up in I didn't grow up in a suburban area. I grew up in downtown Newport News, Virginia, where we had coined the term, I don't think that we coined it, but the term is bad news, because a lot of the news that came out of Newport News was not good. So here I am, this 10-year-old kid running around outside for the first time, and I had issues with knowing who I was, my identity, because I was not allowed to express myself about who my father was because he was a married pastor, as well as just the drugs and prostitution and the filth, trying to get through school. And I found an outlet, and that was playing basketball. I started playing basketball. That from playing basketball, I built up like community for myself with the people in the community who were misunderstood.
Well, from 6th grade to 2013, you can say that she experienced more life circumstances. And the more she experienced, the more she was able to put it into her music. I know she went through a period of time where she started focusing more on cage-free voices, wanting to, help the children with literacy aspect of things. But once all of that was situated is when she came back to the music. I know she mentioned that she wanted people to hear her, and hearing her, better way of everyone hearing her was through her music.
Well, my mom's music aligns with cage-free voices because she started music back up when she was making jingles at our house for the kids she was tutoring in. And I remember it all because she would teach me new things using the jingles that she was making. And so after that, she started getting back into music, and you can just see like the progression from the music she was making from then into right now.
One of the experiences from my performances that I remember most is when I was in Nashville, and I was so nervous backstage. I was so nervous backstage because there was a panel of A&R representatives, and this was like going to be the thing for me. And so I had a full band with me. I didn't know how that was going to go because of how much practice or how little practice we had. And so when I hit the stage, I felt this surge of energy, and that God was with me in that experience. And so I remember that in particular because people started coming up to the stage while I was performing. It was exhilarating. It was empowering for them, but also for me, because it showed me that regardless of whether or not I feel like I'm up to being able to execute, God is always going to show up as long as I'm fulfilling the mission and the call for which I am designed. I view my music as bridging cultural divides, because if you even just think about the single that is kind of picking up speed right now, Unchained. It is a blend between hip hop and rock. And so I I've been so amazed by the diversity within the audience, because you have people who really, really are rock heads who are following this thing, and then you have people who are just hip hop heads following it. And not every rock fan is, looks like me. Not every hip hop fan looks like me. And so with the differences in the genre defying music, it's also bringing together cultures. So I released recently Gimme Room, which is a song that is about expressing yourself and having space to be who you are, to be unapologetically who you are, because oftentimes society and the people within your own inner circle will try to put pressure on you to be someone they want you to be, to stay in a place of who they remember you to be, as opposed to allowing you to evolve. So Give Me Room, everybody loves the hook. It's like this blend of rock and hip hop. Give me room in this. So you gotta get the song anyway. So Give Me Room, and then I also released Invincibles, and Invincibles is encouraging people to be strong and courageous, to be strong and courageous in pursuing what they've been called to do, but also strong and courageous in being who God has designed them to be. And so it's a hip hop song, but it also reminds you of many of the superheroes that we watch in movies, because some of them are mentioned in the song. And so it gives you this, like, I want to go and do what I'm called to do. I want to be who I am. And I think that overall this goes into the repository because of my message of being who God has called you to be. And God is love. And because God is love, if there is anything that holds us hostage, that keeps us in bondage, and it's not us being bound to Christ, then it's not a reflection of who God is. As a cage-free artist, I will say that it is a challenge for myself to make sure that I am reflecting and being the transformational leader that I'm asking other people to be. And it's difficult to strike that at different times, because it is a competition with not a competition, but sometimes it's a war with myself, because my old self wants to remain. My old self wants to shrink back and be accepted, to not stand out, because this is what you've been used to, and this is how people have embraced you. And now this is who God is leading you to be. This is where God is taking you. And so being a cage-free artist is about being true to myself, so that it's reflected in my music, within the company, when I connect with other people, because you can't ask people to be something that you're not willing to pursue yourself. My ultimate goal is for people to understand the messages of Jesus, to understand who he was, how he was this humanitarian, because while that is my ultimate goal, for them to understand how to walk as a believer, to know who Jesus is. Like, I don't consider myself to be a Christian artist. I don't consider myself to be a Christian. I consider myself to be a follower of the way. And when you remove the labels of Christian, or the labels of religion, and it is a lifestyle for you, and you understand what he came to do, and that he came so that we might have life and have it more abundantly, then you start to, because this goes back to talking about bridging together the divides within cultures, then people start coming together. I remember one of the things Gandhi said, he said, I love your Jesus, but I don't like your Christian, something along those lines. I gained my inspiration for my music by drawing off of reading the Word of God, engaging with people, and my own personal life experiences. And so, as I alluded to before, how I grew up, how I viewed the world, the importance of loving people, and just taking some time for self-reflection is vital to how I create the music that you listen to. In regards to my music career, I hope to shake up the world with my music. I want my music to, as I said before, bring together people. I want to see it impact people in such a way that they start to take the reins of fear and just, in spite of their fear, walk in courage. Aside from, all of that, I would like to live well from my music. I would like to live well and benefit from the fruits of my labor as most or many professional music artists are able to do. I would like for music to provide people who are outside of the U.S. as well a means of escape to have their voices heard so that they can still express themselves, even if it is in some strategic way that, might be out of the box of what we could possibly think of, because we can sit here and have interviews and talk about, how we feel, but that's not the case for everyone. And I want my music to be, if not that one, or I'd like to be that one artist that allows people all over the globe to express themselves. If I'm not that one artist immediately, or if I'm not that one artist immediately, I'd like to be the spark that ignites the flame.
Give me room, cause I got a new tune. Give me room in this place, give me room in this space. Give me room, give me room, give me room. I'm about to break something soon, no, it's me that might break. Give me room, cause I got a new tune. Give me room in this place, give me room in this space. Give me room, give me room, give me room. I'm about to break something soon, no, it's me that might break. Give me room, cause I got a new tune. Give me room in this place, give me room in this space. Give me room, give me room, give me room. I'm about to break something soon, no, it's me that might break.